Materialism. Number 2 is sexualization of everything. It is everywhere. It's wild. It is wild. As he said, as a priest from the pulpit, and I'm walking around New York City where I literally just saw a woman on a billboard down to my right in Times Square. There's a electric billboard going huge. It's massive. It's the size of the building. A woman in a bikini. And you're like, oh, you just accept all these things. Go on Instagram. You go on YouTube. You go to the gym. You go anywhere, anytime. You go on a Friday or Saturday night around New York City or any big city. You go to Miami, New York, Boston, Chicago, any of the big cities in the summer on Fridays, and you just go, it is so much. It's in your face. It's crazy. And if you say anything, how dare you? I could do whatever I want. And that's one of the biggest problems is, why are you saying you could do whatever you want? That's like bringing a beer to an alcoholic. That's like bringing heroin to an addict. That's like telling someone who's addicted to gambling, just go into the casino. It's not that big of a deal. You're telling all these guys who already have a fallen nature to just not care, not look. And the sexualization, let alone, and it's soft. It's not even the OFs or the illicit material. This is just so prevalent in the outfits and the mentality prevalent in society. I personally think this is going to be rooted out at one time. Number 3 is the parenting has been, as he said, awful, awful. Most parents have outsourced their parenting to a device, a tablet, to the schools, to a babysitter, to the internet, to streaming devices, to school. It doesn't matter. They've just outsourced. And the problem is not outsourcing the parenting. It's outsourcing the morality, the ethics, the values. You essentially are fighting against the internet every single day. And my brother said this years ago. He looked at me I think it was Easter, and he goes, dude, you have no idea. Yes, it was hard when mom and dad were growing up because there was no cell phones. They didn't know where we were, and we were kind of sneaking around and doing things we shouldn't have been doing. However, now that's in your pocket, and you don't know who is DMing or what they're watching or what they're being influenced by, especially if they go on TikTok or X, Twitter. You don't know what they're looking at. You don't know what crazy ideas. So the outsourcing of parenting, and as he said, it's hard, yes, but that's where you have to bring in more boundaries. Number 4 is no commitment. I fall into this. He said there's only 3 things forever. It was chaste. In other words, you wait for marriage. So you're chaste until marriage. In other words, you're waiting to have intimate relationships. Number 2 is you're chaste forever going into religious life, or chaste forever because you're single. Those were the only options. There was no do whatever you want and drink and date and sleep around and whatever you want, and no commitments to anything. You don't have to commit to an apartment, to a city, to a person, no marriage. I looked at that and I go, you're right. I fall into that category. People are terrified of commitment. What do you mean I have to commit forever? What do you mean I have to potentially suffer in a 1 to 2 year time frame, even though I'm gonna have 40 years of marriage? It's like, no, are you suffering for even a day? Just leave the relationship, leave the job, leave the city. Don't talk to the person, just break up.